Hey, what's up everyone? It's Harrison. I go by Subliminal Sequences, and I wanted to do a really quick video on 3 different tips from 3 different artists that can help you with your creativity when making music. Let's get started. Our first tip comes from the artist Truise, which is the stage name of the American electronic musician and producer Seth Haley. Seth hails from Oneida, New York, and has a unique sound that's earned him critical acclaim and a dedicated fan base. Truise has released several albums and EPs including Galactic Melt, Cyanide Sisters, and In Decay. His music has been described as nostalgic and hypnotic, transporting listeners to a world that's both familiar and otherworldly. Seth offered up some creative advice in his 2019 Splice interview that allows him to stay on course when making music. He said, "I often have a film playing silently in the background that I occasionally look at, and this seems to keep my creativity moving. It's sort of a tool I tend to use to jog ideas further into shape."
Are of raw oysters.
Having something play in the background like a movie or TV show can really stimulate your brain and keep ideas flowing. I think it's important to note that the sound should probably be off so it doesn't distract from your work. The visual stimulus is what's important here. A film can make you feel nostalgic, melancholy, inspired, or put you in a headspace you've never been to before. So if you're struggling with motivation and need a little push, try putting on a movie in the background. You might be surprised how much that helps. Our next tip comes from the band 9 Inch Nails, and specifically from the frontman Trent Reznor. Trent has been the frontman of 9 Inch Nails since 1988, and he's really introduced a unique industrial sound that I think has heavily influenced the rest of the music industry. What Trent talks about in this clip I'm about to show is how getting a new instrument or an effect can really spark some creativity.
It's always a fun trip to go to the synth shop or the effects shop and come back with a box full of pedals and things and just start experimenting. That inspires me into parts, which leads to songs often, or things like that. I've always looked at an effect or a pedal box or a new synth or an interesting plugin. All of them have songs inside them somewhere that can inspire me.
And I don't want to encourage gas or gear acquisition syndrome or, encouraging people to go buy things unnecessarily, but it's true. Getting new gear can be really inspirational. I myself am trading in a couple of my pieces of gear, and I'm trying to acquire an OB6, a new synthesizer that I think will really be inspiring. I think that's just an example of how getting new gear or trying new gear even, or going back and looking at your old gear that you never gave love to and learning how to play it properly. I think that can be really inspiring. Our last tip comes from Damon Albarn, the frontman and founder of the band the Gorillaz. Damon's been a prominent figure in the music industry since the late 90s. He was in Blur for some time before creating the band the Gorillaz with artist Jamie Hewlett, and he has an eclectic style and willingness to experiment and try new genres and different things. And one thing that Damon Albarn talks about is how you can film something yourself and use that for your own inspiration, whether take a picture or do some amateur, videography. I think that can really help provide some creative inspiration. And here's Damon to talk about it.
Something I've started doing recently is filming something while writing a song. Continues a one shot of something, and then the song emerges while you're meditating on a single frame. So it can be moving, it can be static, using the information that has visually taken place while the process of writing was taking place.
That was it. Those were my 3 tips from 3 different artists to help your creativity while writing music. I hope this was helpful and at least entertaining, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.